there are other ways to reduce your car insurance premiums instead of calling Geico. Geico Direct. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Attention all you truck buyers. Subtle sells trucks. For price, for service, and your best selection every day, Subtle is your GMC truck store. Check out this loaded 98 Sierra SL Extended Cab. The Subtle price, only $17,995, and that includes freight. Subtle sells trucks. For GMC Jimmys, Sonomas, Suburbans, Yukons, and more, come to the truck store. From the peninsula to all over the Tidewater area, truck buyers know Subtle Motor Corporation of Newport News.
The only darn thing that keeps me going is the support that ESPN has given me. Thanks, ESPN.
2 days after this interview, ESPN fired Walt Connolly and restored all the hockey commercials to their original black and white.
ESPN did the right thing in firing that guy.
He was bad for the game.
This is a great day for hockey.
The lesson we've all learned is the game should be in color and the commercials should all be in black and white.
I have one regret, and that is maybe I just loved hockey a little too much.
As a car owner, Junior Johnson employed some of the greatest drivers in the history of the sport. As a driver, Junior was as brutal on his equipment as he was on the competition. He raced flat out every lap and expected the same from his drivers. Driving a Junior Johnson car meant you were a championship contender and someone that everyone else wanted to beat.
What kind of a car owner was he? Junior was, had a little bit of Carl Kiecaver in him, a little Ralph Moody in him, some of the Wood brothers, and he demanded perfection, and he did a lot of work on the cars himself, particularly the carburetor. Junior Johnson probably knew as much about carburetors as anybody alive, and he won a lot of races massaging those carburetors, and he made heroes out of a whole bunch of race drivers.
In the 10-year period from 1976 to 1985, Junior's drivers captured 6 NASCAR Winston Cup championships. For 3 consecutive seasons, Cale Yarborough fought off the challenge of Richard Petty, Benny Parsons, Bobby Allison, and Darrell Waltrip. With 28 wins during his unprecedented run of championships, Cale was Junior Johnson's ideal driver.
And the basics came from mousetrap. You know, what worked for me would work for Cale or Darrell, Bobby Allison a lot of times. Bobby had ideas that he had done over a period of years himself by being a driver, mechanic, car owner, and so on. So a lot of times we got to rely on Bobby's ideas and go into it. Our basics was pretty much the basics that I raced off of. And once we got Cale to tune to that feel of the car and stuff, boy, he was awesome. He could take a car and just about beat anybody around, and he did do that.
When Cale Yarborough decided to cut back his schedule, a driver that was one of his biggest rivals, Darrell Waltrip, replaced him in the seat of the number 11. Waltrip and Johnson had a remarkable run together. 43 wins and 3 championships in 6 years that were peppered with some on-track confrontations that were legendary. For Darrell Waltrip, his come-from-behind run for the 1985 championship was special because it was his final championship for Johnson, and he beat a young driver from Georgia who he respected.
I love Bill to death. He's probably one of the, I won't say best friends in racing, but he's one of my good friends in racing, and I like him a lot. And I hate what happened to him in '85. He had such a fantastic year and won 10 or 12 races, whatever he'd won, and I mean, he was going to win the championship. He had a 300-some point lead on us. We didn't have a chance. We wasn't running all that good. We'd only won, well, we did win the Winston and the World 600. That was the only races we really won up to middle of the season, and looked like he was just going to blow everybody away. I never will forget Lee O'Mell. He was really upset with me because, you know, they give the champion the gold car, and he already had Bill's made, and so he had to get another one made real fast. And I don't know if he ever gave Bill the one he had made or not, but he had to have another one made real fast to give to me at that dinner that night. But it was kind of it was sad, but it was fun, you know. I mean, Bill won the $1 million at Darlington, and it looked like it was just all over. But for whatever reason, they dropped their guard. We turned the heat up. If we didn't win, we run second. And all of a sudden, he had a lot of mechanical problems, and I worked on his old head a little bit, him and Ernie, and first thing you know, we were back in the hunt, and we ended up winning the thing.
When Waltrip made the decision to leave the Johnson team at the end of the 1986 season, Junior showed his sharp wit had not been dulled by experience.
I'd left Junior, I go drive for Waddell and Rick Hendrick, and left. People, I never forget, Junior was great. I said I'd like getting off a mule and getting on a thoroughbred. That's the difference between Junior's car and Waddell's car. And, of course, Junior had a lot of fun with that. Junior, I'll never forget, he said, I don't know anything about a mule. There was a jackass up here, and he left.
Golden Door, one of the world's most renowned spas. Here, rejuvenating treatments restore health to mind and body. And for hair, the salon at Golden Door chooses Pantene Pro-V, the ultimate in provitamin therapy. Only Pro-V has this patented provitamin formula that penetrates from root to tip. Even the most damaged hair seems revitalized, renewed, restored to a natural state of enhanced well-being. Pantene Pro-V, for hair so healthy it shines. The Golden Door Spa agrees.
I thought you were starting to go gray.
I was, but I never did.
So what happened, a miracle?
You can't tell?
Tell what?
I use Just for Men.
That's hair color?
Even your barber can't tell you use the hair coloring called Just for Men. Simply shampoo in, then rinse. In only 5 minutes, this unique Just for Men formula blends away the gray, actually matches your gray to your real color.
I never would have guessed.
Just for Men. So natural, even your barber can't tell.
Before they were heroes, before they could fly, they dreamed of a game where legends are born. The McDonald's High School All-American Game, Wednesday night at 8, only on ESPN.
The LPGA's best tee it up in Phoenix, where Laura Davies looks to make history at Moon Valley by becoming golf's first ever 5-time defending champion. The Standard Register paying final round coverage today at 5:30 on ESPN.
In 1992, the NASCAR Winston Cup Series had the closest championship battle in its 50-year history. It was thought the battle for the Cup would be 5-time series champion Dale Earnhardt versus the rest. But instead, the storyline turned into Alan Kulwicki versus the world. In 1991, Alan had turned down an opportunity to drive for Junior Johnson because he loved his independence and the right to chart his own future.
If he'd have came with us, I don't think it'd have been anybody could have been. I think it would have been a better connection in Jeff Gordon and them has got right now. Alan Kulwicki, talent-wise, was untouchable.
Since winning the NASCAR Winston Cup Rookie of the Year in 1986, Kulwicki had never finished higher than 8th in the series final standings. Although hanging in the top 5 for the first 2/3 of the 92 season, he had not given any indication he was a serious contender for the title. After an accident at Dover left him 278 points behind with only 6 races to go, it appeared all hope was gone.
Not a very good day for us. Probably pretty much ruins our championship hopes for this year, but we'll be back.
Through the next 4 races, Bill Elliott and Davey Allison would stumble in varying degrees, allowing Allen to come into the final race of the season at Atlanta in 2nd position, 30 behind Allison, 10 ahead of Elliott.
Oh, look out. Davey Allison is in the crash.
Oh, Ernie Irvin, and it's all over for Davey Allison.
No, it's not over yet. I don't think he hit him that hard, maybe.
Well, he hit pretty well, I think.
He's got a lot of damage to the right side of the car.
Ernie Irvin spinning, coming off of corner number 4.
Davey has got his car moving.
Yeah, he's trying to pull away.
But he can't steer it.
But it won't turn.
It won't turn. The right front will not work.
And now it's going to come down to 2. Will it be Alan Kulwicki or Bill Elliott? Davey Allison's long, tough, emotional season has come to an end.
When bad luck struck Allison, it boiled down to a battle between the 7 and the 11. Elliott did nearly all he could do. He won the race and led laps, but he left one card on the table: the bonus points for leading most laps. Through some brilliant pit calculations by crew chief Paul Andrews and Kowicki's tenacity to hold onto the lead, Allen earned the bonus for leading most laps, 103, to Elliott's 102. If Elliott had grabbed the lead for just one more lap, he would have captured the title by virtue of a tiebreaker.
We are focused in on Alan Kowicki, who is going to win the 1992 NASCAR Winston Cup and the $1 million bonus that goes with it. Bill Elliott comes off the fourth corner. He wins the Hooters 500. But Alan Kowicki is coming off of corner number 4, knowing that he's winning the championship. There's the checkered flag for Alan. He's the champion for 92.
When the checkered flag fell on the last lap of the race, Allen took the points lead for the first time in the entire season.
There were those that questioned his sanity 2 years ago when he turned down the likes of Junior Johnson and Bud Moore and Rick Hendrick to do it yourself, and Allen today, it had to be all worthwhile. Congratulations.
I'll tell you, man, this is like living a dream here. The car ran great. Our engine was fantastic all day, and, you know, I wanted to win the race because we had led quite a while, but there'll be other races, but this championship's what I wanted, and I just, you know, thank God for the fortune to be here and to be in America and compete on the Winston Cup circuit. Man, when I moved down south years ago, this was my dream. I came in a pickup truck and a trailer, and I want to thank all the people that along the way in ASA and everywhere in my career have helped me. And you know, I said that we nicknamed this car the Underbird today. We're going into this race the underdog, and we ran good. I'm really proud of the whole team.
He had taken on the racing establishment and against incredible odds won the title. Although his victory was sweet, it turned bitterly cruel just a few months later when he would lose his life in a plane crash. But Kowicki's title will forever be referenced when stories are written about overcoming odds, performing with courage, and staring down everything that his rivals could offer.
Adolphus Busch went to Germany every summer looking at different breweries, and he wrote a series of letters back to his son. September the 20th, 1897. I would advise that we buy the finest growths of barley as soon as we can. We cannot make fine malt from inferior barley, and we cannot make fine beer from inferior malt.
How sure can you be? Let's find out. I want to talk to you about your pits. Yeah, your pits. Come over here. Let me introduce you to Sure Ultra Dry. You can feel it dry on my hand where we put it. Now, I want to pit your left underarm against your right underarm. I need to put the Sure under your right.
Sure Ultra Dry keeps you drier than any solid spray, roll-on, or gel. We're talking drier.
This is another brand. Why don't you try to your left arm? Which side do you think is going to be drier? Actually, all right. The sure side.
And drier is great because we're athletically busy.
Let's work it out. You'll be drier. We're sure. Eagle Man, I want to talk to you about your pits.
Why don't you go use the woods out back?
NASCAR's Racing Rivalries has been brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic. Always the real thing, always Coca-Cola. By the all-new Wide Track Grand Prix by Pontiac. Wider is better. And by 76 NASCAR High Performance Motor Oil. Works for NASCAR, works for your car. NASCAR's racing rivalries aren't always about winning a championship or about beating a fellow competitor. Sometimes your rival can be an obsession that can bring a driver his deepest despair or in some cases their greatest joy. It's the pursuit of a prize that seems just out of reach that at times a cruel twist of fate allows the elusive trophy to slip through your hands. Such was the quest for Dale Earnhardt as he tried to overcome his greatest rival, the Daytona 500.
In the 50 years of NASCAR, what would you want to accomplish? Well, if you was involved all that time. Well, sure, you'd want to win a championship, but you'd want to win the Daytona 500 too, wouldn't you? We've never won it, so we've been so close and so competitive there with Richard and the team, and it's just been an awesome kind of race to work toward and be a part of and be in, and to not ever win it is really
You know, it's a tough deal, but still, it's not the only deal in my life. Like I said, I mean, there's hurdles you get over, and there's some you don't, and if you don't, you just keep trying till you do.
20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally, the most anticipated moment in racing.
For Dale Earnhardt, his trip down pit road following his Daytona 500 win was sweet indeed. We can only imagine what flood of emotion filled his eyes of steel as the racing world paid tribute. After 19 bitter trips to Daytona for NASCAR's biggest race, this trip to victory lane had been paved with past heartbreak. It wasn't as if he didn't already know the way. He had visited stock car racing's most sacred spot, Daytona Speedway's victory lane, 30 times before. But those trips followed triumphs in events like the Bud Shootout, the International Race of Champions, or in the Busch Series. He was a permanent fixture for the Gatorade Twin 125 qualifying races, winning a remarkable 10 times in a row. He had even won in the summer heat, capturing 2 Pepsi 400s. But everyone knows, most of all Dale, that is not winning the Daytona 500. From his first Daytona 500 start in 1979, he always knew his way to the front. Leading laps in the Daytona 500 came natural to Dale, as did late race heartbreaks.
Earnhardt's car blows up. Earnhardt blows a tire in turn number 3. Derek Culp down to the inside. Terry Labonte second as Dale Earnhardt slides back into the 4th position. Off the corner, it's Derek Culp.
But here comes Terry Labonte. He looks to the inside. Derek Culp covers the spot. Earnhardt's not a factor here. Culp hold off the challenge of Labonte. Derek Culp wins the Daytona 500 in a remarkable upset here at the World Center of Racing.
Year after year, he would fall short and always left to answer the tough questions.
It's the Daytona 500. I ain't supposed to win the damn thing, right?
Tenacity isn't a strong enough word to describe his will to win the Daytona 500, as he gave evidence to, even in the most extreme circumstances. When the victory finally came following another dominating performance, the emotions were as genuine as any ever witnessed in sport. The Intimidator had conquered his greatest rival and given his fans a triumph that will never be forgotten. For 50 years, NASCAR has been about racing and fans. The hundreds of drivers who have competed and the millions who have watched have been drawn by the power of the competition and the battle of wills that has created what we call rivalry.
Well, the rivalries are part of what has excited the people to the point that they've got to be at next week's event. You know, today's race is over. Maybe their favorite won today. Maybe their favorite didn't win. Maybe their favorite was at the receiving end of some sort of a mishap or unfortunate situation. Maybe the guy that won did a good job. Maybe they feel like he was given something, but they want to go back next week to see if their favorite can't overcome the odds and all the things that go into any kind of a victory. And it really has the people turned on.